Hi, I'm Robin Edwards.
And I'm Gary Edwards. Imagine sharing a fishing pole with a Tyrannosaurus rex, or maybe a friendly Camarasaurus, a vegetarian dinosaur found here in Thermopolis, Wyoming.
This week on Vacations on the Fly, we'll take you on a trip through time, digging for dinosaur fossils along the way. Then it's back to the future for some great wild brown trout fishing on the Wind River and a closer look at the world's largest mineral hot springs.
All that and more coming up, so stay tuned.
Major funding for Vacations on the Fly was provided by and by these additional underwriters: Honda Marine, power in tune with nature, and Twin V Power Cats, manufacturer of power catamarans from 10 feet to 32 feet, and the Hedrick Companies, your connection to Belize, Wyoming, and beyond. Closed captioning for Vacations on the Fly has been provided by the Monaco Coach Corporation.
Long before Wyoming became the cowboy state, before Stetson hats and Tony Llama boots ruled the plains, a far different resident could be found: the dinosaur. Roaming a much greener landscape, families of dinosaurs flourished for a time throughout much of Wyoming. Although they have been gone for millions of years, evidence of their time spent is abundant, and today it's being cataloged, preserved, and displayed by the Wyoming Dinosaur Center in Thermopolis. When we found out the center welcomes amateurs to their dig site, we signed up right away. This was an opportunity to go beyond the enclosed displays of many natural history museums, a chance to get our hands dirty, literally. We began with a bit of instruction from Mark Thompson, the site supervisor.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
You must be Gary and Robin?
That's right. And
I'm
you,
Mark.
Mark?
Yep,
Our dig supervisor.
I am.
You ready for two amateurs here?
Yeah, if you want to dig dinosaurs, we're ready for you.
Okay, we're ready.
All right.
So what do you got going here?
We're digging Jurassic Age dinosaurs. Okay, the Jurassic period is best represented in the Morrison Formation, and that's what you're standing on right now. Now we're still working on sections. This is bone you see before you, a jumble of things, initium and vertebrae and sacral area, all mixed up together. So we start at the top of our area and we brush it down. We use gravity to help us. Okay? Once we get an area clean enough that we can start seeing what's going on, we move across and we clean the area next to that.
How do you start? I mean, why would you say we're going to look here as opposed to over there or over there? You know, why do you just pick a spot like this?
Well, it's for a start, you follow your geology. You're looking at geology that you've already found dinosaur bones in somewhere else. Okay. So then you start following that geology and looking for certain signs. You want rock formations in that represent terrestrial environments. That's land environments. Dinosaurs didn't swim around in the oceans.
Okay.
Okay, so we look for layers in the rock that are the right age and of the right type that they probably have dinosaurs. So why are we here compared to there? Well, that's because the bottom of the Clovelly formation there, we can tell from looking at it that it was a high energy environment that bones couldn't get preserved in. But here where we're standing is a terrestrial mudstone. So this was the right age and the right type of rock to go looking in.
We were all very eager to make the dinosaur discovery of the century, but as we quickly realized, it doesn't happen that way. Digging for fossils is hard work. You have to be patient, thorough, and persistent. Our reward that day was a small fossil fragment. We were hoping for a bigger prize from our trip down the Wind River Canyon.
This is a unique river. There are not a lot of fish. This isn't one of those rivers that's got 5,000 fish per mile, but there are a lot of big fish.
Darren Calhoun, Wind River Canyon Whitewater. Sounds like an exciting job.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Nice office anyway.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough to beat.
Yeah.
What are we going to fish for today primarily?
We're going to be looking primarily for big brown trout. There are some rainbows that hold in some of these pockets too, but it's primarily big browns, some rainbows. There's a few cuts, not many, but it's primarily big brown trout.
Right. Notice that word big keeps coming up.
Yeah.
Big brown trout.
Yeah, we don't care what kind of trout as long as it's a big trout.
The Wind River emerges from a 2,000 feet deep, sheer-walled canyon. U.S. Highway 20 winds through the 12 miles of this spectacular canyon. But we saw the canyon from a different perspective.
Tighter?
Good as I can do.
Nobody's home.
Looks like a meal to me. Hup. Here we go. We got one. Oh yeah. Oh, I see it. Oh, it is a brown, I think. Get him on the reel. Hey, you're right. These fish are powerful. Woo!
Ooh, out in the middle, huh?
Yeah. Well, actually, he took it just off the side and he shot straight out to the middle.
Beautiful
Well, he's
fish.
everywhere. Whoop, there he goes again.
That is beautiful.
Boy,
Yeah, he's a
Darren,
nice
we got
fish.
strong fish. Here, I'm going to bring him around.
Just bring him right straight up.
Right
I got him.
straight up, ready?
Oh, my.
Up and over.
Oh.
Oh!
Here, I'm going to pull in this eddy. Try to keep him in the water, Gary.
Yep, will do. Hurt him.
Well, he did really take that.
There we go.
Want me to hold him up?
Sure.
Ready?
Yep.
So let's take a little closer look at this fly we're using, this Turk's tarantula. What's it made out of?
Well, the Turkish tarantula is made, first of all, the legs are made out of just rubber band material, kind of stretchy. And the head is tied with deer hair. And this is elk hair tied in here. This is just white dubbing, just kind of like yarn with a little bit of crystal flash that's basically just plastic. And the bottom is tied with red dubbing, or again, it's like yarn. And it's a unique fly because the way it's tied, when you fish this on the surface, it'll float along like this, or if you pull it with your line, it'll kick down and swim like a streamer. This one's a red-bodied Turk's. You can see the red on the bottom there. This one's the same fly, it's a little smaller, and the only difference is it's green.
Okay.
So those are the same.
So
Same
just like you
design.
might take a muddler minnow and tie it with variations and different sizes, the Turk's tarantula can work in a variety of sizes depending on the size of the fish and the water you're in.
Exactly, exactly. Bigger flies tend to work for bigger fish in heavier water.
Pretty much.
left, Robin. Water's kind of shallow over there, and a lot of times those fish will just lay right there and eat whatever comes by.
Oh.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, you got him, babe.
Get your tip, get your tip. There you go.
Let him go on the reel.
You got it.
You got him.
Cup your reel, cup your reel, cup your reel. Reel some line in. Reel some line in.
Palm it,
There's
honey.
no,
Palm
how
it.
do you palm it?
Like that.
I need a lesson. This is a good lesson
Okay.
in palming.
Okay.
Oh.
Use
Okay,
your
get
palm
your
as a
hand up.
drag.
There you go. Start reeling.
We are almost to the backing.
Yep, go, go, go,
Go,
go,
girl.
go. Keep him tight, keep him tight.
Oh my.
But remember, when he pulls, let him go. Just put a little tension on the rim with your palm.
Oh, please.
Way to go.
Keep your rod tip up. There you go. Keep reeling, keep reeling.
I need a machine to do this for me.
I'm just leaning on you.
Can't go this side. Or that
Wow,
far.
that
Keep
was
going,
such
keep
a
going.
take.
Get
Yep.
your
Did you see that?
I
tail?
saw
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That was wonderful. Wow.
Okay, we're not going to break the tip of
Nope,
it.
okay,
Yeah.
stop reeling. We're going to try to let Gary net him. Okay, let him go, let him go, let him go.
Yeah.
You're okay, you're okay.
Ver-
Oh,
Oh,
He broke off.
the agony of defeat.
Robin just lost a big brown, which is part of fishing. Many times a fish gets away not
You know what?
because
It
the
did break.
angler's doing
He
anything
turned his head and
wrong,
the hook popped
but because
out.
the fish is doing everything
That's fine.
right.
Now, I mean, those browns, you see how many times he turned?
Today, Robin and I are using very progressive fast action rods. I'm using a 9-foot 6 weight and Robin is using a 9-foot 5 weight. Our reels are size 6 large arbor reels. When catching small fish, a fly reel is often just something to hold your line, but a few of the fish today made us appreciate a reel with a smooth drag system. A friend of ours, Simon Gosworth, who just happens to be a world-renowned fly caster, recommended that we try a new line designed for cutting into the wind. We took Simon's advice, and we're glad we did. Our guide, Darren Calhoun, set us up with some big old flies called Chernobyl ants and Turk's tarantulas. One look at those flies, and we knew that any trout that would eat a fly so big and ugly would be a trout worth catching.
Unless you've spent time in the hot sun digging through dirt and rocks with a small paintbrush, you may not be able to appreciate the hard work and dedication required by those seeking to uncover dinosaur fossils. Many do this work as volunteers to the Bighorn Basin Foundation, a nonprofit organization. Their goal is to discover, preserve, study, and interpret prehistory with an emphasis on dinosaurs. Such an important task requires more than amateurs. We were pleased to talk with Malcolm Bedell, head of research for the foundation. He took a moment to talk about his current project.
What we're doing now is trying to uncover the bones that were, some of them originally uncovered in 1997. Quarry actually dates back to 1993.
And why do you have them covered up with tinfoil and so on?
Well, this may look kind of silly in some ways, but we've experimented with many different ways of recovering the bones after they've been uncovered, and we can't get them all out in one season. And we use aluminum foil, wood, sometimes plaster, not in this case. And what we're trying to do here is follow up on some effort that was begun basically back in 1993, according to that survey marker there.
Mm-hmm.
And which really exploded in 1997 when we found 3 articulated feet from the same dinosaur. That's very, very unusual. And one of those 3 feet was the first one of this particular type of dinosaur that's ever been reliably reported. The bones that you see here were originally uncovered in 1997, and they need to be taken out and brought down to the prep lab in the museum before there's further damage.
And what are we looking at? What is this?
This is a tail vertebrae, a caudal vertebrae from a juvenile Diplodocus. And the reason why we know that is that we found, Diplodocus means double-beamed, and we found the double-beamed chevrons in situ in the matrix right next to these bones. There are actually 9 of them running back into the hill here.
So you found 9 in a row here?
9 in a row, yeah. They were originally mislabeled. This happens in quarries. We looked at it carefully in '97 and found first 2 and then 3 and so forth, and they ran underneath a humerus bone, an upper arm bone.
Now does it end at 9?
We don't think so. We think it goes, trends back into the hill, and one of the points of doing all this year is to see how far that assemblage goes. it could lead to all sorts of other interesting things.
So right here we're looking at the tip of the iceberg, so to speak.
Yes, it is.
It will take many years before the dinosaur Malcolm has uncovered can be seen and appreciated by the general public. Once the bones have been exposed in the quarry, they are secured with a plaster cast and then transported to the museum for preparation. Using air tools similar to those used in dentistry, technicians patiently chip away the remainder of the dirt and expose the fossil. The Wyoming Dinosaur Center has collected 2,000 bones in the last few years. Although it's rare to find an almost complete skeleton, the Wyoming Dinosaur Center found one, an accomplishment that Burkhart Pohl, its director, vividly remembers.
Well, of course, our Camarasaurus was found on the site. It was dug up in '93 and '94 and was prepared since, and we just, over last year, mounted it. If you take a close look, there's still some features missing on him, but it should be done by end of the year.
And what's that critter coming up behind you?
Behind me, we have the T-Rex Triceratops display. The Triceratops is the Wyoming state dinosaur. And the T-Rex, of course, is the largest predator of the end of the Cretaceous.
If you have trouble envisioning the Jurassic period, perhaps a stroll through the Hot Springs State Park will help. Over the millenniums, the mineral-laden springs have created the extraordinary rainbow terraces. Paved walkways take you over centuries of sediment brushed with colorful algae and plankton. Originally part of the Wind River Indian Reservation, this amazing natural wonder releases over 3.5 million gallons of water every day. The Shoshone and Arapaho Indian tribes believe these waters to have the gift of healing. The tribes have made the waters available to the public, and today the state of Wyoming maintains a modern facility with pools to enjoy free of charge.
We usually don't date exactly when we're fishing, but today is July 27th. Tomorrow's July 28th, our 17-year anniversary, and I just told Robin if she lands a 25-inch trout, I'll buy her a half-carat diamond. So we have millions of viewers as a witness. I hope you land it, babe.
What happens if it's bigger?
The bigger the fish, the bigger the diamond.
All right. Excuse me. Just keep getting
Nope, here we go. Here we go.
There.
Whoa!
Yes. Woohoo!
I'll bring him around to the other side here. Not a real big guy, but he's a nice one.
Ooh, a brown?
I figure any trout that bites my fly is a good trout.
Nice fish.
Yeah, very pretty. So these are all obviously native or unstocked.
Yeah, they're not stocked.
They're not stocked.
Yeah.
That's nice to see wild fish like that.
Great.
He took that Turk's tarantula right off the surface. Pretty little chunky fish you have.
Yeah,
They obviously have lots of food here and growing nice and big. I guess that's a small fish for your standards, huh?
That is a small fish, but that's all right.
Every time you get a fish, you have to remember they get a little bit of their slime on the fly and it makes it sink, so you always want to dry it off. You can just use the tail end of your shirt. There's a lot of different products that you can use to dry the fly, and then you want to dress it. Put a little bit of a fly floating on there. Lots of times when I say dress the fly, people think, what do you mean, is this like black tie? You got to get the fly dressed up or what? It's just a simple term to dress the fly with a floatant so it'll stay on the surface. So I've got mine dried, redressed, and ready to go.
Go left again. Got him.
Oh, you
Rod
got
tip
one,
up,
baby.
rod tip up.
Yes.
There you go. Tip up. Keep your
Keep
tip
the
up.
tip up, keep the line tight, keep the line tight.
Oh, I hope it's hooked. Oh, man.
Way to go.
Oh, man. I'm burning my finger.
Okay.
That's a good sign, right?
Yeah, that's a
I'm
real
not
good
going to
sign.
worry about getting it on the reel yet.
No.
Huh. Feet in the air. Rod
got
tip
'em.
up.
Yep, keep the tension.
Okay, is this the cross pressure
Yep.
idea you were
Yep,
talking about?
good.
Okay.
Tell you what, I'll take the
Oh,
net.
baby.
Boy,
So what's he going
There
to
you
do
go.
here?
You're
He's,
good.
he's
You're good.
headed
Just keep the
downstream
tip up, tip up. Bring him right into that eddy.
into the eddy. Uh-oh, there's a bunch of weeds.
That's all right. Let him go below
all
that
right.
rock. You're just right.
Very good.
Give him a little bit of
Give him
line.
a little line,
Just a
honey.
little, not a lot. There you
You're
go.
good. Just
There you
keep
go.
your tension on him.
Okay, now bring him back out of the swift water.
Yeah, turn his head this way.
Oh, my.
Here, what I want you to do is kind of lean forward. I want you to get him below the rock. There you go. Let your reel work. Let your reel work. Okay.
All right.
Bring him around like this. Reel.
Reel.
Tip up.
Can you see him yet, Gar?
No.
Lean forward.
No, he's
Right, why don't you
he
stand
keeps
up
going
and try to
around
get-
that
You want to get
rock.
him in below that rock.
So he knows where he wants
He
to
knows
go.
exactly where he wants to go. This is his house. You just keep your rod tip up on him. Real good.
Oh, come on, guy. Whoa.
Okay,
nice
okay.
one.
Move your rod this way just a little bit. I got you.
Whoop, watch the rock again. You'll get him.
I need a longer fighting butt on this rod.
You'll get him. You're doing fine. I just got a glimpse of him. Good sized fish.
He's a
Real
nice
good
fish.
fish. Just nice and easy this way.
There you go. Bring him in. Bring him into that eddy. Got him, Gary?
I do. Oh!
Get him in the water. Get him in the water.
Oh,
Oh,
my. Look at
boy.
this fish.
Uh-oh, I think that's going to cost me a half a
This-
carat diamond.
Look at this fish.
Oh,
Good
lift your
work.
rod up, babe. Bring him over here where you can see him. You got the net there and all.
Yep.
Okay, and the fly looks like it's right in the,
Yeah,
not too deep
Oh,
or anything.
boy.
Look at this monster.
it's right in the roof of his mouth. Flies out.
Excellent.
And I'm going to cut the fly off and just pull the leader.
All right, guy.
Here we go.
Just give me the tip. Is it out?
Yep, flies out. Well, we'll let you get a look at him and we'll let him go.
Yeah, that's the goal. Oh my, I'm glad you have a big net here, Darren.
Yeah.
That is a
beautiful.
gorgeous fish.
Absolutely.
I never had any idea you had fish like this in this
Oh,
river.
yeah.
First time I
See him,
drove
Mary?
through this canyon years ago, I always wanted to fish it, and here we are.
Let him get his breath there.
Hey, where's your fly? We don't want to hook somebody.
And where's,
It's
let's
down in-
get a
it's
quick
down the
measure on
bottom.
him. You have a stick?
I got a tape.
Okay. This is
Oh,
nice that you use these good catch and
nice.
release nets. Doesn't damage the fish. Okay, I'll hold him up and we'll get a measurement and then we'll let him go. There we go.
Oh,
23 and a half.
24, just short of a half a carat.
Here's-
If your idea of temperate weather includes lots of sunshine and temperatures in the 80s, you'll enjoy Thermopolis, Wyoming during the summer months, from June 15th to September 15th. The elevation being around 3,500 feet makes for cool evenings and a good night's sleep. To get to Thermopolis, you'll need to drive or take a bus, unless you have your own plane that can take you to the private airport. It's quite a long drive from Denver International Airport, about 7 hours, but it's a great way to see the diverse landscape along the way. When you arrive, you'll find a number of chain hotels and smaller, locally owned motels and campgrounds. Inside Hot Springs State Park, you'll find all of that, making your sightseeing trips to the Rainbow Terraces very convenient. Besides dinosaur digs and driftboat fishing, Thermopolis offers its guests a wide variety of activities. Tour an old wax museum, stay outdoors and get some exercise on the hiking and biking trails, or just sit back and relax in the mineral hot springs. Thermopolis is a friendly, laid-back town that you'll want to visit again.
For more information about fishing the Wind River, check out our website.
Wyoming offered us some great Western hospitality, and although Thermopolis is a small town, it sure is big on adventure.
That it is. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Vacations on the Fly. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Major funding for Vacations on the Fly was provided by and by these additional underwriters: Honda Marine, power in tune with nature, and Twin V Power Cats, manufacturer of power catamarans from 10 feet to 32 feet, and the Hedrick Companies, your connection to Belize, Wyoming, and beyond.